and welcome to Element Z3. Thank you for liking, subscribing and showering your love. Do continue to do the same. Today our topic is Roman numerals. These Roman numerals are for class 5 and 6. Suppose you are in class 4, you would like to challenge yourself, you might definitely go for this. So Roman numerals to 1000. The Romans built Ermine Street, a paved road from London to York. It took XXX years to build and it was CXCIII miles long. What do the Roman numerals above stand for? Right? We have a good question here. So you may pause here and think, explore what exactly these numbers stand for. I know you're looking at the key and trying to figure out and all. Never mind. So let's go ahead and first and foremost, why Roman numerals or how? A small history about it. In ancient Rome, 7 numerals were used to represent numbers, okay? Of which 1, 2, 3 we are well aware. So I'm sure when I told XXX, you must have related to 10. When I said I here, you must have related to 1, and we know our 5 as well. What about C? And then we're going to look at M's and many. Start with my XXX, right? Because when we read, we unfold each question every time, isn't it? So they are asking, it took XXX years to build and it was these many miles long. What do the Roman numerals above stand for? So first and foremost, let's look for the XXX. Right? So in this XXX, I know my X stands for 10 plus 10 plus 10. Right? So 10 plus 10 is 20. 20 plus 10 is 30. So we got an answer. Easy. Alright. So how much years did it take? It took 30 years to build the Ermine Street. Alright. My first mystery solved. Let's go to our second mystery. Okay. I have my CXC11. Before I go to CXC11 and all, do we recall how do we write 40 or 90 in Roman numerals? Would you like to give it a try? Okay, I have 40 and I have 90. I hope you're exploring. Do keep exploring and think what you can do here, right? Did you think of, since this is 10, I'm going to put 4 times x? Maybe I'm just guessing. Or did you think if it is 90, I'm going to put maybe my L. I will come to the L if in case you have guessed my L could be used as well. And then you have put XX, 2, 3, 4 and got your 90. Is it something like that? Alright, so let's see what you're thinking. I hope you're exploring. You may pause here and definitely devise it. Okay. Alright, so first and foremost, let's recall the rule. Okay. The rule says when a smaller Roman numeral, okay, appears before a larger one. Okay, let me write for you. When a smaller, okay, when a smaller Roman numeral, all right, appears before the larger one, okay? Okay, larger one is your larger number, okay? So what do? We subtract, right? Therefore, if you see, what will I do in my case, that is of my XL or XC and all these things, okay? Or why my 40 is XL or why my 90 is going to be XC. Before that, let me reveal for you the numbers, okay? So we know I have my L as 50, C as 100, right? Therefore, what do I do is, the rule is telling me that when a smaller number, Roman numeral, appears before the larger one, we subtract. Before the larger one, right? So in order to write my 40, what will I do is, okay, I have my 40, which is my smaller number, and I'll have to have my larger number before. So my larger number is what? 50. That is my L, right? And therefore, what do I do is, if it is 40, okay, I will just write my 10 before 50, right? Therefore, I will have 50 minus 10, which is nothing but 40. Okay. Similarly, we will solve for 90. So we know 90 is smaller than 100, right? Therefore, here I will write my 100, that is C, and 10 before, right? As per the rule, I'll place it before, okay? So that is my XC. Therefore, my C is how much? 100 minus 10 is 90. Alright, this was a small exercise to just explain that how we can subtract the numbers, okay? Now let's go ahead with the bridge, and we are going to find the miles. So in the miles, if you see, it says C, X, C, 1, 1 and 1. Do I have my key? I have unfolded everything. Now, what do you think here we are going to do? Before that, the rule I hope you have understood here, the first one is, if the number keeps on repeating, we add, right? If the number keeps on repeating, the same number apparently, we keep on adding. A smaller number before that, so we just place it, and that is how I subtract. How am I going to group this? Now comes the matter of grouping, isn't it? In order to group, are you thinking I'm going to plus C, then plus XC and segregate the three i's? Because I told you the rule, right? They are there, so I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3. Is it done? Maybe yes, maybe no. Or do you think I'm going to group CX, let the C be separate, and 3 i's? Isn't it? Either of the condition. Are you exploring, or have you got clue by far? Alright. So, or you may pause and ponder and think if in case you wish to just work out on yourself. Okay. Now, in this case, usually, okay, it's always the second option. Okay. In my second option, let me write it. So, if you had opted for that option, you are right. I say my C, XC plus I, 1 and 1. Now let's decode it. Are we okay with that? Alright. So my C is 100 plus XC, right? XC. So 100 minus 10, right? We just performed the exercise. XC is nothing but 90. If you had pondered and guessed as per what we practiced here, very good. And we add as per the first rule, 1, 2 and 3. 100 plus 90 is 190. 190 plus 3 is 193, right? So the question is asking, build and it was this many miles long. What do the Roman numerals stand for? So can we say CXC33 is 193 miles. I hope this has been clear. The rule number 1, we add. Rule number 2, we subtract. That is the reason we learned that 40 and 90 is written how, and we place it before the bigger number. And then we found the decoding or how to group the things. That's the reason this exercise was done. To reveal the whole key, okay, I'm just going to remove this. So my B is 500, just in case you want to challenge yourself by looking for 400. And similarly, if in case you want to look for 900, then you know what to place before this, isn't it? Because M stands for 1000. The last, now that we have seen the key, okay, and we are aware of how the key goes, let's solve few examples, all right? Here the question says, how do you write 300, 400, 800 and 900 in Roman numerals? Let's tackle one at a time. So my first one is 300, okay? I know what is my 100, that is my C, isn't it? So this is going to be a simple and general factor that I will have my C plus C plus C, right? Therefore, what will I do is, I will just keep it the way it is, remove my plus signs and make it easier. That 300 is nothing but 3 C's. So we know the rule, right? Let's go for the second one. This is just for an ease. You can directly write as well. Apparently, we are supposed to write directly. This is just for idea. Okay. Next is my 400. Right. Now 400 is as per our second rule. Right. So I have my bigger number. That is my 500. Can I take D? The code. Okay. Always keep the key with you. Key is the main thing which is going to let you solve. And then one number smaller is what I have to place before. Remember here we placed before the 10. So here what am I going to place is 100. Very good. Okay. Therefore, what I'm going to do first is my 500. So I write my B. Then I place my C. So that is my CD. Next one. The third one is 800. What do you think are we going to do for 800? Okay, it was a smaller number. By far we did 1 and you were okay. But here what can we do? Isn't it? So are you going to do your 1000 minus 2? Can you do that? Possibility? No. Isn't it? So what we can do is, since we know the rule number 1, okay? First let me just place my 500. Let's change the marker. Alright, I'm going to place my 500 plus, now what can I place is 100, 100, 100, possible, isn't it? This is just to break down, to explain how the whole hierarchy goes, right? Now can I write 500 is D, 100 is C, 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 right? Not more than 3 is what we repeat. Therefore, this is possible for my case of 800. Let's go for 900. The last example for the day, which is 900. So for my 900, I know I can take 1000 and minus how much? 100, right? Therefore, I have my M, which is 1000 minus 900. Is it 900? No. Very good. I'll keep confusing, so we have to be alert, okay? 1000 minus 100 is 900. But as per the rule, I have to place the smaller number before, okay? Since you have worked out your rough column or your understanding strategy idea, that is how finally I will write is my C, right? Because 100 minus 1000 gives us 900. So my C and my 1000 is N. So this is how we write 900. Do challenge yourself with few more examples if you wish to. After knowing the basics, keeping the key in mind and understanding the rules, let's solve few more questions, okay? These are some guided practice questions. For today, we are going to solve these two. I will post few more. So let's start. Here they're asking us to decode from the Roman numerals to the normal number, okay? So now if you see, write the length of these Roman roads in numbers, okay? So the first way is CCCLXX kilometers, okay? Values are very important. From Exeter to Lincoln. So we know the rule number 1. So I found my first one. You know the key, C is nothing but 100, okay? So when I plus my 3 of hundreds, I will get 300, okay, plus L. What is my L? 50, right? And again the rule follows, I have 2x, which is nothing but 20. So if you add all of them, 350 plus 20 is 370 kilometers, right? Please don't forget the value. It's of prime importance. The vitality is when the unit is followed, okay? Please. Let's go to the last question. Walting Street. I have CDXL15. The symbol is of 5 kilometer from Dover to Roxeter. Okay. Now, I have my CDX. What is my C? 100. And D is how much? 500. Anything rings the bell? Right. So if you have a clue by far, but of course, what am I going to do? My smaller number is placed before, right? Therefore, this is nothing but I'm going to club this. So I got my 400. Okay, first decoded. In my second decoding, what will I do? I have my X and L. Again, you see, I'll have to pair this. This is a number where it is saying 50 minus 10. Remember? So that is nothing but my 40. And then we know our basic Roman numerals, right? Where this is 1, okay? Then I add for 2 is like this. For 3, I will add 3 i's. For 4, we add an I and the 5, okay? Just to recall the basic, this is 4. So again, if you club this, you will get 4. So when I add, I will get 4 kilometers. All right. So that's it for today to understand the Roman numerals. Do stay tuned for more videos and don't forget to give that thumbs up and subscribe. Till then, see you another time. Take care.